All right, so Steve, I got my guest here, Steve Davies. We're talking spicy hot games that you've played lately, and you played a game that one of the guys in the Gateway and Filler Games group, Chuck Yeager, has. Chuck runs the group. It's a group made for family weight games, gateway games, filler games, and a lot of us that you see in the chat, we all hang out together on that Facebook group. And he's played Caper. He found it a little bit more in depth than he was expecting. You've played it. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I think part of the in-depth thing he's talking about might be the iconography on the cards, which does get like pretty crazy. They have like a manual in there just going over the different icons.
So I got a little solo shot up there. These are the cards you're talking about, or?
Yep. Yeah, you can see the ones on both sides. So the game does come with a reference, but yeah, you do have to do a lot of looking up to kind of see what the effects are sometimes.
Give me the elevator pitch. What is Caper from Keymaster Games? What is this? I played Campy Creatures, which I think is from them, but I haven't played Caper.
So you've got 3 locations, which here are those pink like tiles in the middle, and you're each deploying like your agent. So like it's a kind of an old school spy thing where you've got different agents on both sides, but you're passing a deck back and forth, and it takes place
a 2-player game.
So many rounds. Yes, yeah, mainly 2-player. I think they have special rules for more than that, but I've only ever played it 2. But yeah, you can see like the magnet there in the lower right. You get kind of all sorts of wacky tools and gadgets you can play to those agents, and then it just comes down to kind of a final scoring round, who controls each location, and there's a few different ways to earn points that way.
So we've been playing a game called Watergate from Capstone Games, kind of a tug-of-war between Nixon and the journalists who are trying to connect informants to the presidency and the scandal. Is this one of those tug-of-war games, or is it more like trying to outpoint the other player?
It's a little of both. I'd say more outpointing. There are ways to mess with the other agents. Some take that stuff, but yeah, generally it's kind of who has the more points at the end.
The way some of the cards are laid out kind of reminds me, and I've never played it, but kind of reminds me of Lost Cities, where you're trying to start an expedition and run that expedition, but there's always that push your luck element of, man, I really want to get one more handshake before I start that expedition. But, is it going to come out? Am I going to kill my chance to score a lot of points? Does it have that push your luck element that Lost Cities has?
Not as much as Lost Cities. I'd say it's like kind of wider, in terms of what you can do. It's not just the straight linear numbers you've got. But the order, does matter for some things, if I remember right.
All right, so
there is that element.
And each of the cards have, unlike Lost Cities, then the cards themselves have some special powers then.
Yep.
That sounds interesting. And that is Caper from Keymaster Games. Something to take a look at. A 2-player game we need to look at.